What is food science? It is the study of the physical, biological, and chemical makeup of food, the causes of food deterioration, and the concept underlying food processing. Chemistry, engineering, microbiology, and nutrition are applied to the study of food to improve the safety, nutrition, wholesomeness, and availability of food. Food scientists may develop ways to process, preserve, package, and/or store food according to industry and government specification and regulation. Next is food technology. It is the application of food science to the selection, preservation, processing, packaging, distribution, and use of safe food. Related fields include analytical chemistry, biotechnology, engineering, nutrition, quality control, and food safety management.
Food sensory. Our taste buds are not the only thing that evaluate food. Food is evaluated by all of our senses, for example, sight, smell, touch, hearing, and taste. Food sensory analysis is the use of human senses to objectively analyze foods for properties such as taste, smell, flavor, texture, and appearance of food. It is used in assessing the quality of products, troubleshooting problems, and new product development.
Sensory evaluation. First, sensory characteristics. First of all is appearance. Has anyone ever heard the phrase of "you eat with your eyes first"? The appearance of food is very important characteristic in how we evaluate food, as people evaluate food based on its shape, size, condition, color of a product, and presentation. Next, flavor. Flavor is the combination of taste and aroma. A food taste is related to the shape of molecule in the food which bind to the taste bud and send message to the brain. For example, salty, sweet, sour, bitter, and savory. Aroma is the odor of the food. Without seeing or tasting a certain food, you can simply identify them because of its aroma. The brain registers the flavor of a food as a combination of aromas and taste. The mind remembers the combination and then identifies the food based on experience. The last one is texture. Texture is how a food product feels to the fingers, tongue, teeth, and roof of the mouth. For example, chewiness, firmness, graininess, bitterness, and consistency. Second, influences on food preferences. Sensory evaluation is more than just liking or not liking a food. Our food preferences are influenced by many things that can interfere with controlled sensory evaluation. The first one is physical influences. Number of taste buds, gender, health, and age are all the factors that affect the ability to detect flavors. Besides psychological influences, having a negative experience with a food will cause you to avoid that food in the future. Your mind makes a connection, and this is called taste bias. Taste bias can also cause you to prefer foods that you had a positive experience with. Additionally, brand names will cause bias in food products. Many people will state a brand preference but select a competitor's brand in a blind taste test. The last one is cultural and environmental influences. A person's culture, belief, and behaviors, followed by a group of people or family, will strongly influence their taste preferences. For example, people in East Coast mostly love if their food tastes sweet. Aside from your culture, your environment also influences your food preferences. People tend to eat what's available and economical. Third, sensory tests. There are 3 types of sensory tests. The first one is differential tests. Differential tests is to determine whether storage samples differ from control samples. Usually, we have to differentiate 2 samples in this test. Next, descriptive tests. It is to categorize or quantify changes that may have occurred during storage. In this test, we have to use our senses to identify the characteristic of each sample. And the last one is acceptance test. it is to determine relative acceptance of store products. By using this test, we can know that either the product is acceptable for the consumer or not. And the most interesting part is all the tests will be held in sensory lab. To determine the product acceptability, we have taste paneling stage. Ideally, food companies should have 2 taste panels. The first panel must be semi-trained and have enough experience. It is to check the product at various stages for development and to distinguish good from undesirable flavor, texture, degree of tenderness, and juiciness. The second panel must be a small group of consumers. They can be anyone in the company who has flexible work schedule and interested in the sensory test. They can help produce products that will be popular with consuming public.
Now you know that food technology is not just related to culinary art or cooking. Food technologies can make new food products or even work with any department in the food industry with the help of research and development. We hope that this video have widened your perspective of what food technology really is. Thank you!